The return of Dan Smith here at the TVA studios. He's rummaging around in his pocket.
I gotta find my cheat sheet here. You know, I'm an old guy. I don't keep this stuff in my head anymore like I used to.
Dan Smith, Vail Mountain Rescue, joining us in the studio. You were gone for what, a couple weeks?
About three. About
About
weeks.
three?
Well, you had Shane, you had Sludge, and
Sludge.
yeah, we were out of town. We
call him Sludge?
Yeah, that's it's a childhood nickname because people couldn't pronounce his last name, which is Schlater. So it just came out from children, Sludge, and he's been Sludge ever since. And Sludge makes you look like a midget, so he's a very big boy.
I'm thinking of, wait, what's his first name?
Tom.
Tom. I'm thinking of Shane.
Yeah,
You
Shane
call
does
him
not make
Shane
you look
Sludge.
like a
I'm like,
midget.
his last
No.
name is not that. What you been up to? Where did you end up going on your cruise?
Norway. We went up to.
And this is typical for you and your wife.
Yeah.
You guys go always go on a cruise somewhere adventurous.
We went up to Honningsvåg, which is the northernmost city in the world, and it's 600 miles north of the Arctic, and it was 82 degrees.
No kidding.
It was hotter than yeah, it was hot.
82 degrees.
82 degrees, 600 miles north.
How
of the
did you were you prepared for cold weather? And you brought
we
your fall gear in your suitcase. And
there's
you guys
not
were way
anything
over?
we had because we were going to do some. The cruise line does some hiking things, and we were going to do some hikes and some kayaking. So we had boat shoes, we had boots, we had hiking poles, we had puffies, we had. You know, we didn't have Speedos. No Speedos. Speedos were out.
Then that's all right.
That's
Dan,
very good.
That's
That's
okay.
a good
We can
thing.
kind of veer
But
away
while I
from
was
that.
gone, the 21 days I was gone, the guys pulled 21 missions.
Over the past 2.5, 3 weeks.
And we did 6 this last week. 4 hikers, 1 biker, and an ATV. And we're at 97 for the year.
How does that equate, like, generally speaking?
It's 20 too many. Well, it's 97 too many. But it's 20 more
20
than
more
last
than
2 years.
last year.
Yeah, last 2 years at
And-
this time.
Except for like user error and bad decisions, what else would you equate that to?
Poor preparedness. I mean, if you go hiking without a map, you're asking to be lost.
Yeah.
And that's, surprisingly enough, occasionally you get that.
Yeah.
And we had some folks up on Holy Cross who separated. That's the next best thing. If you want to get lost, 1, don't have a map. 2, separate. Separation is almost a guarantee.
Can I just ask you, like, what goes through somebody's head to separate?
It's usually one hiker's faster than the other. Or in
I'll
this,
meet you at the top type thing?
I'll meet you at the top, or I'll meet you at the car. This one was the one hiker they caught fish, not catch and release fish, but eat fish, and he wanted to get them on ice, and he was faster than the female hiker, so he boogied to the trailhead.
And she was left up on the hill.
She kept, she was coming down at a slower pace and took the wrong turn. She wound up over in Missouri rather than down at Cross Creek.
But she turned onto a trail.
I think so.
I mean, she didn't just turn into the bushes.
No, but it could have been an animal trail.
Yeah.
I mean, at this time of year, a good deer trail looks
just
about
like
as good like anything else.
Footpath.
But we had 7 teams out on that one, including a helicopter. And we had to get the helicopter out of Buckley because the pilots up here had timed out.
Wow.
And found them. I mean, basically, she walked out. We walked into her. Some folks came out and taken a picture of her and showed us the picture on their phone and said, oh, yeah, that's the one we're looking for.
Good.
And a lot of them end that way, but you never know. And then we worked one of a biker who broke his pelvis over in the Avon Preserve Saturday evening.
You gonna stick around for another interview?
Oh, yeah, I'll be here.
I got to go do a weather check-in with Ashley and some epic morning, and then we're going to hang out with you some more.
My little friend and I have the duty all week. You can pray for good weather.
There we go. Dan Smith, Vail Mountain Rescue, is going to stick around for another interview. We're going to go check in with Ashley next.